Ready when you are.
Keith, you feel a bit hard done by creating a lot of chances?
Yeah, I was really happy with how we performed overall. United obviously started again better than we did. Dangerous from corner kicks and got themselves in the lead from that. Felt after that we calmed down a little bit. We started to take control of the ball a little bit better, secure possession, and got to grips with the game, the occasion, the opposition a little bit better. And then I thought we were in a good place. I felt we needed to control transitions a little bit better, especially in the first half. Brian, obviously the positions he was picking up in particular. So the second goal was really, really disappointing, the timing of it and where we were in the game. But then I have to say, I thought that the overall performance from the players, the bravery in which we showed was really impressive.
You got Thiago scored so many goals. Seemed a couple of opportunities that they should have done better with.
Yeah, but I think that's the story of the game, really. I think you've got one team that were pretty clinical in the opportunities that they got, and I feel like for us, for the next step, I suppose, is being able to come here and perform like that, control large parts of the game. We created some really good opportunities, but unfortunately we weren't able to take that. And well, that's not just Thiago; that's numerous players that we need to be killers in those situations and put the opportunities away or make the right decision. And I suppose that's the next step for us.
You just mentioned that the timing of the second goal, but did you feel that was a little bit unfortunate? It comes from a tackle on the edge of United's box. It kind of just squirts out when you left a bit short of the back.
Yeah, I love the way we attack and we go for teams, and I always want us to play in an attacking way. I think we've grown that as the season's gone on and evolved the team, and we're on a good journey as a group of players and staff. So I don't want us to take a step back. I want us to come to places like this and play with a real passion and a purpose and how and at times you are going to run that risk for sure. But I felt like on 2 or 3 occasions we got a little bit carried away. We're getting too many bodies ahead of the ball. And obviously with the players United have, they can hurt you on transition. They're pretty deadly on that. So yeah, it's good learning for us really. But the next step is the big one for us. It's as a young group in the main, and we've made huge strides as a group. And I feel like it's a tough one to take, coming to Old Trafford and losing a game like that. But I suppose that says everything about where we are as a group and the ambition we have.
Yes.
Keith, I know it's been a while since you beat United in September, but how different of a challenge were they in terms of the set-up system to when you last played in September? Yeah,
everyone's gone on about United and the change from them, and I suppose the obvious one is the managerial change. We've changed a lot ourselves. You know, we were in our own place at that stage, and I feel like we've evolved massively since that point. They're obviously very different personnel-wise, not so much. I think people make a little bit more of maybe what they are now compared to what they were. What I've looked at in recent weeks in terms of their performance levels and where they're at. There's definitely a spirit around the group, which I said going into the game, and they've clearly got some top individual talent.
Just on that point of individual talent, Bruno Fernandes is someone who's been talked about as a potential player of the year. Just wonder what you think of maybe after Bennett and how highly you rate him.
He's a top player. Yeah, he has been for numerous years. As obviously for United, quite a talismanic figure within the club, and he's been at the forefront of what they've done on a positive front for numerous years, even when there's been some tougher times than maybe what the club is used to.
About Lewis Potter's development over the course of the season, because it looked like United changed the formation half-time mainly to try and neutralise him so in the first half.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure why they changed it. Obviously, you'll have to ask Michael about that, but Keano's been excellent. That's the cat and mouse nature of the first half, I suppose. We want him to get into attacking positions, but then equally, you know, Brian's going to be a threat on transition. Keano's developed really well. He's performing really well, consistently well. He gives you so much with the ball, obviously in deeper positions with his passing, his technique, his long-range passing, and obviously crossing positions when he gets higher up. He's in a really good place at the moment.
Keith, when you look at your results, just like the bare statistics of it, and you see the one that you had against United earlier in the season, people would say that would be the highlight, but one of the highlights. how much have you progressed as a team? You almost unrecognisable from where you were that day. Do you think in terms of the development that you've made? Because it was the proper accomplished performance tonight.
Yeah, it's tough really because I always kind of reflect back. Obviously, I looked at the previous game in the last week or so, and then we played Fulham the week before, which we did in this week, building up to this game. And when we played Fulham earlier in the season, it was the 20th of September. We were by a distance the second best team. We lost the game 3-1. Last weekend we played Fulham. I thought we were by far the better team, but we got a point. So out of 2 games we've got a point. Whereas you go back and we got 3 points in that week, obviously with Fulham and United in September. I think we have evolved. I think it's twofold. I want us to be unpredictable how we play. I want us to play with real passion and purpose in everything we do. The opposition are obviously treating us a little bit differently now, I think, as well, in terms of maybe the respect that we have within the league and the levels of performance that the players are producing pretty consistently. And every result is hard earned in this league, the nature of the teams that you're going up against.
That's the thing in itself, so isn't it? If opposition is starting to suit you a bit differently, that you couldn't ask for anything more as it was, or any more vindication in your work.
Yeah, listen, I'm really pleased with the group, and I think I said it there, like the fact that we've come here, we've performed in the way we have with such bravery and personality, and that we're going to go back down the motorway really, really disappointed that we haven't got something from the game, I think says everything about where we're looking to get to, I suppose. Thank you.
We'll leave it there then. Thank you
Cheers.
very much, everybody.
Take care.